Well, it's a father-daughter story, so it's about Eleanor, Worthington-Cox plays Knoxville's daughter, and she comes back to town after like years of being away, and he's just kind of trying to like build that bond back up while also saving his park. And so his solution to that is to make the park even more dangerous, to sell more tickets, and it might or might not work. See the movie to find out. The stunts, because they're all real, no matter how crazy they are. First day on set, we were blasting Johnny down a slide. And just because it's like a very heartfelt story, it's beautiful, and it's unlike anything you'll see again, I don't think.
Working with Johnny and all the Jackass guys is like the best, funnest thing in the world. You never want it to end, and I wish like we were doing another one right now. I didn't even know if I was going to be in the movie. I was in Australia doing like a tour when I really like found out I was going to be in the movie, and then like I had to fly back here for like 24 hours and get like a work visa, and then I went there.
Action Point is based on an actual amusement park that was in New Jersey in the 70s and 80s, and this guy decided that it was enough of kids getting ripped off by brakes on downhill slides and things like that, and he said, we're ripping the brakes off, we're putting the rope swing even higher, there's going to be no rules, it's just going to be good times for kids. And that's what's happening in the film. Is Johnny's the proprietor, and I'm the bad guy, the corporate guy that wants to come in and shut the park down and turn it into a more glitzy corporate version of itself, or even apartment buildings. Well, because anybody else that did it, you'd have to hire two people because they'd have to do the stunts for him. So there's that. He'll do all of his own stunts. Also, I think we all walk into a Johnny Knoxville movie going, I know this is going to be wild. There's going to be some things that are making me go, and then, So I think that a place that had no rules, he's the perfect mad scientist to run the place. The funny thing about watching him do a stunt is you don't know that there's any severe harm happening in the moment, because he goes, ah, ah, and you go, oh, he's laughing, he's okay. And then you come to realize he's been doing that for over 20 years. He's been hurting himself laughing about it and then getting up and not knowing what just happened. I love Tim. Tim and I worked together on Veep, so getting an opportunity to work on this was fantastic, because I think a film like this could be guilty of going too crazy. But I know that Tim's focus was on keeping it concentrated in a way that you earn the right to get crazy, because we care about Johnny's character, about Elle's character. We wind up caring about these people so that when things happen to them, we feel for them.
Honestly, he's the nicest man, and he felt like a second dad to me while we were filming, and it was just so much fun to watch all his stunts firsthand. I mean, such a great experience, and I'm so grateful. They did some pretty dangerous stuff, but I knew that they're the best of the best, so they're going to be fine. We could, improvise and work with the script and, just go off on a tangent. It was great. We had a lot of freedom, and that was the whole theme of the film anyway, so it was a perfect fit.
My eyeball is back in its socket, and thank you for asking. It only popped out twice. It's one of the most interesting things to happen to me injury-wise. There's been a lot. I got injured more on this movie than any movie I've ever done. But the eye popping out, that was one for the books. I could do all my own stunts, and we don't cut on the action. There's no wires or green screen. It's just a perfect world for us. Tim was great. He's he got excellent taste and a really great collaborator, and he's a little off like everyone else in this film, in the best way. He's a perfect guy.
Action Point is about a father and an amusement park owner played by Johnny called DC, who has the world against him. He's losing his daughter. The new guys in town, the corporate machine is taking over. It's the end of the 70s, so he's under a lot of pressure to keep this tiny little dream alive. So the story is, on one level, it's about him trying to keep his daughter, and on another level, it's him trying to retain the park. I like damaged characters. I love characters who have a bit of sort of kind of a bit of the darkness, something of the night about them. And DC has that. He's sort of like he's kind of like Walt Disney's sort of awkward brother that is kind of more talented but very damaged. And I love that, and I love the character. And then I like the story about Action Part. And I thought it would be really nice to do something in the 70s. I love that era, about the music. You can really get into the costume. And so the whole kind of scaffolding around the story was really intriguing. He's lovely, he's charming, and Chris is such a sweet guy. And I just think that sort of that atmosphere on set, it's quite infectious. And I think he's very charming, Johnny, and we just all got on really well. I think we're all in it as a gang, and I think it needed that to get the story right, My favourite stunt is the Alpine slide, the one he does where he slams hard and he hits his face and then he laughs and the dust goes everywhere. And I mean, in the story, he like gets up and walks off. In reality, there's an ambulance there. So yeah, I mean, I loved it when he did his stunts, but because you're capturing something that no other actor does, maybe Jackie Chan, and I honour that. I'm very. No one's putting themselves through that.